The 8 shocking discoveries in China's Taklamakan Desert that have left archaeologists stunned. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Once you enter, you'll never come out"? That's exactly the Taklamakan Desert, one of the largest deserts in the world. Located in Central Asia, within the home of the Uyghur people in Xinjiang, China, Taklamakan is an enigmatic desert known for its no-escape labyrinth-like qualities, which have puzzled researchers for centuries. Long ago, people believed that once you stepped into this desert, there was no way back. This is not just a barren land of dry sand. In fact, many homes and temples once existed here. However, everything is now buried beneath the scorching sand. Archaeologists have only uncovered a small part of the secrets surrounding this mysterious region. Spanning over 33,700 square kilometers, Taklamakan is considered the largest desert in China. In the Uyghur language, Taklamakan means easy to enter but never able to leave, which is why this fearsome desert is also known as the Dead Sea. Despite its mysteries, Taklamakan holds great significance for the local people. An ancient legend tells of a god who saw the struggles of the people in this region and believed he could help them with his 2 treasures, a golden axe and a golden key. After the god gave the golden axe to the Kazakh people, they used it to split the Altai Mountains in order to channel water to the fields. The god also planned to give the golden key to the Uyghur people so they could open the treasure door in the Tarim Basin. Unfortunately, the god's youngest daughter accidentally lost the key, which angered him. He then imprisoned her in the Tarim Basin, and from that moment, the Taklamakan Desert was formed. Over time, historians have recognized the important role the Taklamakan Desert played in trade and commerce. To navigate this vast desert, ancient merchants traveled along 2 routes, with key oases along the way that served as important trading points on the Silk Road. Among the precious goods transported through this area, silk was perhaps the most notable for the West. In an interview with People Daily, Zhang Yuzhong, the former deputy director of the Xinjiang Archaeological Research Institute, shared, "In the past, both Chinese and international experts believed there were no traces of human life in the Taklamakan Desert. However, in 1896, Swedish explorer Sven Hedin made an astonishing discovery in the Dandan Oilik town, located in the center of the Taklamakan Desert. He found the remains of several houses. Furthermore, Aurel Stein, a renowned explorer known for his pioneering work on the Silk Road, unexpectedly discovered human remains in 18 houses and unearthed several temples there. He also found numerous documents dating back to the Han and Tang dynasties. As you can see, the Taklamakan Desert is truly an enigmatic and terrifying place. Beneath its vast golden sand dunes lies a mysterious treasure waiting to be uncovered. Archaeologists have found many traces of an ancient, flourishing civilization, from well-preserved ancient skeletons, enormous ancient structures, to mysterious ruins that tell a long and fascinating story. All of this begs the question, could the secrets of this desert reveal shocking truths about humanity's past? So what truths are hidden beneath it all? And what discoveries have archaeologists made in the Taklamakan Desert in recent years? Let's explore together in this video. 4,000-year-old mummy in perfect condition. In 1939, a research team led by Swiss archaeologist Bergmann Folke discovered a series of tombs at the Xioha site, located in the Taklamakan Desert. This discovery was forgotten for 60 years, until researchers at the Xinjiang Institute of Cultural Relics and Archaeology resumed excavations at the site in 2000. 5 years later, the entire excavation process was completed. The excavation area spanned an enormous, unprecedented range. Archaeologists uncovered 330 tombs spread across multiple layers, with 15 mummies in perfect condition. The mummies were placed in wooden boat-shaped coffins, buried face down. Clothes and jewelry were buried with the mummies, placed in small baskets. The mummies were wrapped in woolen clothing and cowhide, so carefully preserved that not a single grain of sand managed to get inside. Experts believe that the harsh, dry climate of the Taklamakan Desert created perfect conditions for the preservation of these mummies over time. Additionally, the archaeological team found 6 coffins containing wooden human figures. The wooden bodies were identical, representing men, and were marked with red X's. However, one of the most remarkable discoveries at the Xioha site was the mummy known as the Xioha Princess. The mummy, preserved in nearly perfect condition, dates back about 4,000 years. Research findings indicate that this is the mummy of a young princess who died at a young age. Modern analysis has allowed archaeologists to envision what the Xinjiang princess might have looked like when she was alive. She had smooth skin, a high nose, long auburn hair, long curved eyelashes, and appeared more European than Chinese. She also had an alluring smile. These features indicate that the Xinjiang princess was a beauty. Notably, DNA testing revealed that the mummies had mixed Eastern and Western genetic traits. One male mummy was found to have genes linked to people from Eastern Europe. Additionally, a strange discovery emerged when archaeologists searched for clues within a radius of hundreds of kilometers from the tombs but found no connection to the people buried at the Xinjiang site, as though they had come to Xinjiang from distant lands. This led experts to wonder where this ancient princess came from. One hypothesis is that she came from somewhere between southeastern Europe and the Ural Mountains. The princess and her people may have lived in the Taklamakan Desert for a long time before her death, after which she was buried there. Not only was she beautiful, but she was also dressed impressively, wearing a white spire-shaped hat and high fur-lined boots. However, many questions remain. What happened to the people like the Xinjiang princess? Where did they come from, and why did they disappear? These mysteries remain unsolved to this day. 1,500-year-old Buddhist ruins. In May 2012, archaeologists made an unexpected discovery of the ruins of a Buddhist temple over 1,500 years old, deep within the Taklamakan Desert. The temple was found covered by vast sands, yielding over 3,000 relics, with the most significant discovery being the wall paintings. These murals were created in the Greek Buddhist artistic style, a rare form after the 6th century. Therefore, archaeologists concluded that this was the clearest evidence of cultural fusion between the West and the East during the spread of Buddhism into China. Wu Xinhua, the lead archaeologist, shared, "This site is unique. We have never seen murals like this in this field. It is a clear example of the unification of two cultures when Buddhism began to spread into China." The excavation, completed in June 2012, confirmed that the temple dates back to the northern and southern dynasties of China, around 1,500 years ago. It is one of the earliest Buddhist temples in China and provides valuable insights into the process of Buddhism's introduction from India to China. The temple is not only a cultural heritage site, but also an important research project that helps historians and archaeologists understand the development of Buddhism in China. Biological armor in a 2,500-year-old tomb. Around 2,500 years ago, in the northwest region of China, archaeologists discovered a unique set of armor made from over 5,000 fish scale-like pieces of leather, intricately designed and overlapping like fish scales. This discovery drew significant attention from researchers and shed light on the special characteristics of ancient military equipment. The armor was shaped like a vest, easy to wear without assistance from others. According to Patrick Wertmann, the lead researcher from the Institute of Asian and Oriental Studies at the University of Zurich, this armor was a type of light defensive clothing, easy to wear and highly effective for soldiers. The scale armor was later regarded by researchers as the first example of biological technology in the military, or what could be called nature-inspired innovations. The leather scales overlapped like fish scales, creating a protective layer for the wearer, capable of resisting strikes, stabs, and bullets. Mikey Wagner, the scientific director at the German Archaeological Institute, stated that this was one of the most unique inventions for protecting the human body in warfare. The armor was excavated from the Yanghai Cemetery near the city of Turpan, located on the edge of the Taklamakan Desert in the Tarim Basin, Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, China. The cemetery was discovered in the early 1970s, and since 2003, archaeologists have excavated more than 500 tombs there. The findings suggest that the cemetery was used for nearly 1,400 years, from the 12th century BC to the 2nd century AD. Although there are no written records from the people who lived there, ancient Chinese historians recorded that the inhabitants of the Tarim Basin, known as the Cheshi people, were skilled in livestock herding, horseback riding, and archery. This leather scale armor is one of the rarest discoveries in archaeology. Another famous example of scale armor was found in the tomb of King Tutankhamun in Egypt, but that armor dates back to the 14th century BC, and is one of the few well-preserved examples. When restored, the Yanghai armor was found to consist of 5,444 small leather scales and 140 large ones, possibly made from cowhide. The leather scales were arranged in horizontal rows, connected by leather straps through slits, forming a highly durable overlapping structure. According to Maka Wagner, the design of this armor resembles descriptions by the Greek historian Herodotus of Persian soldiers' armor in the 5th century BC, which he described as fish scales. The mysterious subterranean ocean. When people think of a desert, they often envision drought, a lack of water, and small oases. Therefore, the idea of a desert having no drought and even possessing an underground ocean may seem strange to many. However, the Taklamakan Desert is an exception. Despite the scorching heat, this desert contains numerous lakes. Geologists suggest that this could be due to numerous underground water channels beneath the desert. However, this theory has been met with opposition. Scientists argue that, considering the evaporation rates in the Taklamakan Desert, the possibility of surface water reservoirs existing on the land is nearly zero. Particularly, sandstorms occur frequently in the Taklamakan Desert, making surface water flow extremely difficult. Given these desert conditions, it is impossible for underground water to exist beneath the Taklamakan Desert. However, when considering the surrounding mountains and glaciers, this could explain the situation. With the unique 3 mountains, 2 basins, geographical formation in Xinjiang, the Taklamakan Desert is surrounded by high mountain ranges, and many glaciers exist at the peaks. The temperature difference between day and night in Xinjiang is intense, causing significant amounts of water from mountaintops to flow down into the Taklamakan Desert. Some experts have discovered that before 330 AD, the Taklamakan Desert was a vast lake. Today, this area is called Lop Nur. Lop Nur is a dead land that has been desertified, but it was once a lush area with abundant water resources. The strange phenomena surrounding Lop Nur and the ancient city of Lulan are often shared in legends. As a result, people believe that there is an underground ocean beneath the desert, with water volumes equivalent to 8 Yangtze rivers. So, what is the reality of this? Does a subterranean ocean truly exist under the Taklamakan Desert? This still requires further investigation from researchers to uncover more detailed answers. The mysterious squares. In 2010, Amelia Carolina Sparavigna, a physicist at the Polytechnic University of Turin in Italy, discovered massive squares in the Taklamakan Desert in western China while analyzing satellite images from Google Maps. Each square is made up of multiple circular dots, forming a giant checkerboard pattern when viewed from above. This discovery attracted considerable attention from scientists, but to this day, there has been no official explanation for the nature of these strange shapes. Since 2010, Sparavigna has continued to study and analyze satellite images of the giant checkerboard. Through her research, she noticed that the dots within the squares might be holes or mounds of earth. She hypothesized that these holes and mounds could be related to geological research activities, an explanation she proposed to account for their appearance. The situation became clearer when Sparavigna came across a Chinese language article in which Chinese geologists reported the discovery of a large nickel mine beneath the sand dunes in the Taklamakan Desert. From this, she proposed that the holes and mounds could be the result of nickel mining exploration. Geologists might have dug holes to check the nickel reserves beneath the surface, with the excavated earth piled up next to the holes. Based on these findings, Sparavigna suggested that governments should create a global database of human-made structures. She believed this data could help experts predict future mining activities and track the development of specific regions, providing a foundation for studies on resource extraction and environmental protection. Of course, this is her personal viewpoint. As for the true nature of these squares, it remains an unsolved mystery. The 65,000 square meter ancient town. In late January 2024, Chinese archaeologists discovered an ancient town buried under the sands of the Taklamakan Desert, covering at least 65,000 square meters, with the urban area alone spanning 4,000 square meters. Dr. Wu Xinhua, the leader of the archaeological team from the Xinjiang Academy of Social Sciences, said this was a significant discovery during archaeological searches in the region. Based on archaeological analysis, the research team believes the town dates back to the Western Han Dynasty, which lasted from 206 BC to 220 AD. While most of the town's remains have been buried by desert sands, archaeologists were still able to identify 4 layers of walls, each with distinct characteristics. The innermost wall is 17.8 meters long from north to south and 14.6 meters from east to west. The second wall layer still has remnants of ceramic columns, while the third wall resembles a grand avenue. The outermost wall consists of thatched roof houses, indicating that this was an organized and developed area. Between the third and fourth layers of walls, the team discovered several residential buildings, suggesting this might have been a residential area. Dr. Tang Zihua, a member of the research team, mentioned that they had collected burial clothes and wood to conduct studies, using radiocarbon dating to accurately determine the age. The diverse types of wood and vegetation found in the building materials suggest that, although the area is now arid year-round, it once had abundant water resources during the Han Dynasty. The oldest saddle. A recent special archaeological discovery has attracted significant attention in the research community, as archaeologists found a 2,700-year-old saddle in the tomb of a woman at the Yanghai Cemetery, located at the edge of the Taklamakan Desert in northwestern China. This discovery not only sheds light on important aspects of ancient Chinese horseback riding history, but also reflects a major advancement in technology and civilization during that time. Before the invention of the saddle, humans had already domesticated horses and used them for activities such as transportation, hunting, and warfare. But initially, they rode horses without saddles. Instead, they would place a blanket or rug over the horse's back. The invention of the saddle marked an important milestone, as it not only improved the rider's control over the horse, but also protected the rider from injuries caused by sitting directly on the horse's back. Saddles provided comfort and enabled long-distance travel, enhancing the fighting and trading capabilities of ancient civilizations. The saddle found at Yanghai is the oldest ever discovered in archaeological history. Researchers believe that ancient Chinese equestrian techniques might have been adopted from the people of Central Asia, where saddles had been used early on. The saddle was made by stitching pieces of leather together, then stuffing straw and animal fur inside to provide cushioning and stability. This demonstrates a significant advancement in saddle-making techniques and design. This discovery not only serves as evidence of the development of horseback riding technology, but also helps researchers better understand the cultural exchange between ancient civilizations, opening up interesting questions about how the techniques of horseback riding spread throughout the region. Carrier-like objects in the desert. According to information from the U.S. Naval Institute's USNI News, satellite images taken on November 7th by Maxar Technologies revealed objects resembling aircraft carriers and at least 2 Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers. These objects were discovered within a Chinese military training area in the Taklamakan Desert in the Rokiang County of the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. This area is known for being the site of China's first successful test of the DF-21D anti-ship ballistic missile in 2013. Notably, China's carrier model is much more complex and sophisticated than the ones constructed by Iran in the Persian Gulf. USNI News cited a report from the All-Source Analysis Spatial Intelligence Agency, which stated that there were no signs of missile impact around the ship models, and they were highly detailed with numerous sensors above and around them, suggesting that they could be reused in training exercises. According to Reuters, the construction of these aircraft carrier targets reflects Beijing's efforts to enhance its ability to counter aircraft carriers, particularly those of the U.S. Navy. This comes amid rising tensions at sea between the two nations. The Chinese Ministry of Defense has yet to comment on this information, but it is known that this is not the first time China has built aircraft carrier models for training purposes. The Taklamakan Desert, one of the driest and most mysterious places in the world, has revealed many astonishing archaeological discoveries over the decades. From strange mummies with blonde hair and fair skin, unique scale armor, to ancient relics of extinct civilizations, each discovery brings surprising stories about ancient life and culture. These findings not only broaden our understanding of human history, but also leave deep impressions of the East-West cultural exchange in the past. Which discovery has impressed you the most? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on other fascinating discoveries. For now, Goodbye, and see you next time.